did it. We beat those British
We beat the British. Second, Cornwallis.
10 kids. You're basically pregnant for 20 years. Pregnant or breastfeeding. Just wow. Like, that sounds exhausting.
Potheads. What an adorable bunch of people.
Woodson from the gun. Play fake. Step it up. He's throwing deep down the near sideline. He's got Johnson. 20. Down. 5. Touchdown. Kentucky.
Jesus, Rash, get it together.
Yeah,
It's game day. Come on.
Welcome to Kentucky Roll Call with Walker and Roush.
Hello, everybody. Happy Otego Day to all those that celebrate. This is Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. Roll Call. 96.1 FM, 1450 AM. TJ Walker, that's me. Nick Roush, not here at the moment, at least. Should be here hopefully soon. Justin Kalen, sitting in his place, and it is not a Thursday, but Corey Price in the house for a Trivia Wednesday. Corey Price, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's pretty rare we have the Hump Day edition, and obviously this day is special because we're hoping that Mr. Oway comes back to Lexington, so this is a big day.
I thought you were going to say that it's pretty rare that they have the right mic turned on for you.
Well, that's actually what I was going with.
That's also true.
All right, and for the first time in Kentucky Roll Call history, as far as I know, I think we've probably done some Periscopes or Twitter Lives, but on YouTube, Kentucky Roll Call is streaming.
What? You got it working?
I got it working.
Did Roman show you how?
He showed me how.
Okay. That's what I'm waiting on. I need him to show me.
I mean, I would guarantee you that something is not accurate on this. Something's wrong. But right now, as far as I can tell, you have a camera of me, of Corey Price, although Corey's kind of like bottom left corner frame. Scoot, you are the star show. You and Brett Favre, of course, right there. So I tweeted out the link. If you want to see a stream of us, I'm a little mysterious with the mic blocking my face. But we are streaming. I want to give a shout out to Roman, who has kind of got most of this set up, I think with some help, but the structure had been in place. Somebody just needed to put the buttons in the right buttons, and he has put the buttons in the right buttons or pressed the right buttons, whatever it may be. So shout out to Roman for making this happen. I think it's only going to get better, and I wouldn't be shocked if there's a good chunk of KRC or Big X Sports Radio listeners that are watching this stream more than just listening to a radio broadcast, or if you're sick of the commercials being too loud, or you're just at the office and it's easier to have the YouTube on in the background for whatever reason. Try that YouTube stream. I tweeted it out. There's a chat there as well. I don't think that's ever going to take over the text line, but certainly not impossible. So if you're interested, check out the streaming. Won't be the last time that I mention that. Nick Roush is at the doctor. Why he schedules things around his radio show, we'll never know. We'll never know. But it's not like it sneaks up on you, your radio time, but he says he will be here at some point, and we understand. Sometimes you just got to get in when you can get it in. Scoot, how are you? I enjoyed Sunrise with Scoot this morning. I was too late for the joke, though, unfortunately. I actually don't know if I've even heard the joke this week.
Oh,
I didn't get to hear yesterday either.
Well, then you're missing out. I already forgot what my joke was, though, so don't ask me to rehash it. But all in all, I'm doing really well. As you know, I told you yesterday when you came in, coming off that long holiday weekend, I just didn't feel like I had it yesterday, so I was a little down on myself. I didn't think I had a good radio day. But today I felt like I did good. So I'm feeling good, looking good, and I'm playing good. So all good here.
Have you gotten out and played any golf lately?
I played on Monday. Yeah, well, I tried to play on Monday. I shot 102, so
Whoa!
You could argue that I didn't play.
Wowza.
That's a lot of strokes.
Well, a week before, I shot my career best 83, and then I go out on Monday and shoot 102. How do you have a 20-stroke difference? It's crazy.
That is wild.
Golf sucks.
What was the courses that different?
The courses were that different. So my career best round was at Elk Run, which we all know the quality of Elk Run. And then I went to a course that was not on the Big X Sports Radio golf card. Vital mistake. Nothing was working for me. I didn't like the layout of the course. It was a nightmare.
How many Big X Sports Radio golf carts are left?
If I had to guess, this is a very rough guess. I'm going to say 11.
Okay. Not many, though.
Not many. No.
And Father's Day, about 3 weeks away, it's going to be a close call, so I wouldn't wait, and I wouldn't waste any time. I'd go ahead and get your Big X Sports Radio golf card today at BigXSportsRadio.com, along with Elk Run Golf Club. You can play at Park Mammoth, Valley View, Wooded View, Old Capitol, Christmas Lake, and Santa Claus, Indiana. Scoots, have you enjoyed being back on the Spears Show?
I have. Yeah, it took a day or two for us to get our flow back, but I think we're cooking now. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, you all had to get the chemistry down pat. Spears just gets grumpier and grumpier by the day. Goodness gracious.
He does. Yeah, you should have seen him this morning. He had something in his eye, and he was just rubbing it for 45 straight minutes. I don't know how he thought that was going to work or help, but it clearly didn't.
He's a big fart fetish guy, so I think I've got a rough idea about what that was going on with Spears' eyes. So, okay, John, you got to be careful with that stuff. You're kind of too old for it. Corey Price, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a little surprised with this stream. I thought it had a face for radio, and now
it looks good, doesn't it?
Now people can see me.
That stream, so luckily, that's like the last chair that I would sit in. It would be producer chair, because I'm the producer, no big deal. Or it'd be the big chair where Scoots is sitting, because I'd be host number 1, no big deal. But I wouldn't be in chair number 2. However, that'd be horrible for the small bald spot on the top of my head, because it's a very aerial view, right, Scoots,
right,
that Corey's got going on. Yours is much more kind of eye level, maybe forehead level. You're a little shorter. But Corey's is just like if you're looking straight down on the top of his head, which you've got a great head of hair, Corey Price.
Thank you.
Me, not so much.
And Roush also couldn't sit here with his flowing locks of hair as well.
Yeah, but he's all natural. It's just totally clean up top, so he'd have no issues. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, the text line 502-414-1450. You text it on into the show. We will read it on the air. That's a KRC promise from way back in the day. Otega Oweh Day, fun thing to say, won't be as fun as if he doesn't come back to Kentucky. Everybody and their mother, UK fans, we've been in this situation before. Everybody's saying, yeah, I think he's coming back. He should come back. I think the plan will be for him to come back. Well, why hasn't he come back yet? We're all still waiting. The deadline is tonight. No guarantee that he even has to make the decision public tonight. The paperwork and whatnot has to be filed by the end of today. But he doesn't have to make that publicly, as we saw with Jackson Robinson. So if you're planning on waiting up till midnight, just know it could come and go, and it could be Thursday before you find anything out. My guess is we do find something out. Wouldn't be shocked if maybe we find something out during the radio show. But we most likely will, almost certainly will, get a final decision on Otega Oweh. Does he come back and solidify Kentucky as a top 5 or 10 team? Or does he stay in the draft, in which case UK scrambling for a playmaker, potential superstar, looking more like a top 20-ish team, not necessarily Final Four contender ballpark. So
it's
a big decision.
Is it a guarantee that if he gets out of the draft, he's coming back to Kentucky? Is that all but guaranteed?
I wouldn't say it was a nightmare. It was more like a daydream nightmare, where I was just like, what if he does a tweet and it says he's coming back, but he's a Rock Chalk Jayhawk, and he goes to Kansas? Can you imagine the UK, Corey Price is shaking his head, discussing even having the thought entered into his brain. Can you imagine the meltdown on social media from Kentucky fans if that happened? And rightfully so. I would melt down. I would freak out. That would not be okay. But if, Scoots, nobody's really hinting at any surprises in that regard, it's either he's going to stay in the draft, go chase his dream, or he is going to come back to Kentucky. So, no, I don't think that he's going to go to another college. However, Kansas is in a kind of a tough spot. Right now, they're not even looking like they're going to have one of the top 3 rosters in the Big 12 as it stands right now. could change. So not that I think that they would go to Otega Oweh, but I'd be shocked if a college didn't approach Otega or his agent and say, hey, I know Kentucky's got a pretty good situation for you, but is it $8 million good or whatever the number may be? I'm just pulling a number out my butt. But we haven't heard any sniffing around or any sort of games or shenanigans where, and trust me, we've dealt with the shenanigans before, but we could all envision another scenario where during this process you could have it leak. Otega not happy with the offer UK made. UK brought in Jaden Quaintance, and Otega feels like maybe he should have gotten more money. Again, that didn't happen, and we're thankful that it didn't happen. But there's been really no drama besides, well, is he coming back or not? Which is, at the end of the day, the biggest storyline in all this. But there hasn't been any sniffing around. There hasn't been any disgruntled employee sort of stuff. There hasn't been any negotiating. Kentucky needs to come back correct with their number. So none of that stuff, which has been nice. Because in different scenarios, it could have been exactly what Scoots asked about. It could be, well, is he going pro? Is he coming back to Kentucky? Or is it the third mystery trapdoor? He's going to Lawrence, or he's going to another school, or Kansas State just paid Lord knows how much money for P.J. Haggerty from Memphis. Probably $5 million, somewhere in that ballpark. So you never know if some other school came and just dropped a bag on the dude, but we haven't heard it. There's been no sniffing around. Seems like we're either going to get Otega Oweh is back at Kentucky, or he is staying in the draft. No other shenanigans there.
Where is Kansas State getting all their money?
I think they obviously have multiple rich donors. I don't know who their bigwig is, though.
Because this is 2 off seasons in a row. They went out and got the biggest fish.
Yeah, and last year they spent, I think, probably more money than they're going to spend this year, and it was just a colossal failure. But you're right. There's somebody that's just like, hey, Kansas they've got one of the biggest nil budgets around. We're going to get left in the dust by our biggest rival if we don't get some serious money. And their approach is, again, last year I think they did a little roster building, but it was roster building under the disguise of let's try to go get the most expensive power forward. Let's try to go get the most expensive this position. And not necessarily do these pieces fit, but let's go spend the most money. This year, they just spent a lot of money really at the top. Still not a lot of roster building, but it wasn't let's just go blow money to blow money. Although you could make a case that they did just that with Haggerty. They're going to stink again. That there's just not really a cohesive plan with the roster. It's more, all right, we've got the best scorer. That should help, and we've got some other nice pieces. They're going to stink again, but I don't know who their big donor is. But it is interesting that they have last year one of the top 5 budgets in college basketball. This year it'll be one of the top 10 or 15. I don't get it either, Scoots, and they stink. So it's a bummer that they've knocked Kentucky out of the tournament twice in the last 10 years. Isn't that right, Corey Price?
That's a big bummer. I was thinking, is this the most anticipated? Is he staying or going since the Twins? Probably, you think?
So that's a good question that I've heard discussed on message boards and another radio show as well. No, I think there's probably been a lot of them, and even Jackson Robinson wasn't a return to Kentucky, but you knew it was either he's going to go to UK. That was a big one. I won't say as big as Otega Oweh, but I would say Oscar Tshiebwe's was bigger.
That's what I was thinking.
Sure. I'd say probably Oscar Tshiebwe's was the biggest, just because how often do you have a national player of the year that is maybe going, maybe coming back? Now, that nil situation was a little bit more complicated because of his visa in America where he couldn't earn money. So that made it, like, the NBA didn't love Oscar, and that wasn't going to change. But there was maybe this understanding of Oscar needs money. Nil is set up now, but he can't benefit from it. He may just go pro because that's just the best way for him to earn a buck. So there was the drama in that decision. He ended up coming back, didn't do a great deal for Kentucky, unfortunately. In that year, they did win a tournament game, which is more than they could say in his National Player of the Year run. They did win a tournament game in his return year, but yeah, I would probably say that. And even sandwiched between that, P.J. Washington's was a big one. But, Corey, I will give you a nod that the Harrison twins was so big because it was a double doozy.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't, and that was the way it was spun back then, too, was you're not going to get one that's going to come back and one that's going to stay. Although that could have made sense for them.
Wild.
But it was, so from that instance, you're probably, and that was the same with the recruitment. Because it's not just one 5-star recruitment, it's two. It's not just one great freshman that helped lead you to a national championship game coming back. It's two of them. So that was really big. I remember I was on my way up to Pittsburgh driving when they announced, and we had to pull over, and I had to write a little story at a McDonald's just because it was such a big deal. And at that point, for 2014, 2015, you knew that it was on for UK. The recruits coming in were good. Now you got the Harrisons back, and it was just it was on, and it was a great season. But, yeah, Otega Oweh is up there. Hamidou Diallo was weirdly a big one, if you all remember that one. And that was just kind of like, what kind of toy are we getting? Oh, no, we may not even get to see the toy? Oh, no, we don't want that. But I think Roush proposed that night. I think he got engaged the Hamidou Diallo decision night. So, yeah, add Otega Oweh to the list. I would have liked Otega a couple weeks ago to just announce he was coming back to UK, but as long as it ends the way that we want, fine with me. Daryl Bird's down in Destin, I believe, for the SEC coaches meetings and whatnot. Cat's Paws is always down there. They like to mix it in their vacation with a little work, which I think is smart. I don't think there's anything going on in Gatlinburg this week, unfortunately, but if there is, I'll be on the scene. I'll be Big J journalist. But being down there on vacation with your toes in the sand, sometimes you do run into the coaches and you get some interviews. Daryl Bird has gotten Mitch Barnhart. He's gotten everybody over the years down there. This go-around, he got Mark Pope. And Mark Pope said that Otega Oweh, still deciding, has a workout today, maybe at the exact moment, this exact moment. And then after all the workouts are done, he's going to decide whatever is in his heart, and whatever is in his heart will be best for Kentucky. Even if that is for him to go, that'll be best for Kentucky. If it is for him to stay, it'll be best for Kentucky. It'll be best for TJ if he stays. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm of the mindset.
No benefit at all if he goes pro for me personally.
I'm of the mindset that he's smart by waiting, and I know it probably revolved around the workout that he had today, but think of all the guys that announced yesterday. I mean, the Yaxels, the Milos Uzans, the Alex Condens. Everybody was talking about those guys. Otega's going to be the main show today when he makes that announcement, right?
Yeah, but don't do it during the NBA game. Like, you get it right now is when people are going to talk about it. Yeah. Like, that now, when Kentucky Roll Call's on the air, this is the time to do it. Otega, if you want to call in, we would. Normally we don't take calls, but Corey Price, we could make a room for Otega O'Day.
There's always room for him. Please call.
I think that NBA game tonight's going to be a stinker, so if you want to announce during that, I don't think it'd be any. You wouldn't get hurt by that.
I would prefer just him to have. You're right though. Like, that was the talk of the day yesterday, is the players returning, and Otega could have it all. Just go ahead and announce he's coming back. I went on a rant yesterday. Just the money he'd be making financially, at least seemingly a poor financial decision to stay in the draft. I'm not a money guy. I'm not an agent. I could be wrong about this, but the way that it's presented to me certainly seems like he'd be leaving a lot of money on the table by staying in the draft. So I still just think if you connect the dots, follow the lines, I believe he still should be a Kentucky Wildcat. However, it is 12:24 p.m. If it is it's such a no-brainer, if it is common sense, and I get it if you want to finish the workouts and you had a workout today, all right, that's a little caveat that's worth mentioning there. But you go through the workouts, what are we waiting on? The money's at UK. He's not a lock to be a first-rounder. This seems like a no-brainer, but how long it's going, admittedly, is making me slightly nervous. I think Wildcat's Tongue had a tweet out there about, like, am I nervous about Otega Oweh? And it was the picture of Otega Oweh doing, like, the little tiny. I think I agree with that tweet. I think I'm right there. We're like, yeah, I'm a little nervous. Everything suggests he should be back. I'm not ready to back off that. But if it is such a no-brainer, well, it's 12:25 now. You can go ahead and let the cat out of the bag.
You just got to make you work for it. What do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Wait till that last minute, Otega. Make him work for it.
He's teasing us.
Yeah.
Corey, that was a legitimate issue with some UK fans in Calipari. Too much drama. Is this player staying? Shaden Sharp. Is that player coming in? This just everything. Blah blah blah. I always gave Cal a pass for that. Like he can't. What do you want him to do? Go pull out a gun and tell somebody to make a decision a little bit faster? Threaten somebody? Show a lead pipe? Like you gotta let the people make their own decisions. And Pope had quotes about it. He was like, "I'm trying to give him space. I don't want to be up in his grill." And I think that's smart. Nobody would like that when you're making such an important decision, to have somebody that clearly has a bias in your decision making. And Pope's going to say all the right things, but obviously he's not dumb. He wants Otega way back. He knows that's the difference between a legit Final Four contender versus being in the exact same spot you were in last year, where you're a second weekend contender. Stakes are high. He wants him to come back. But you don't want to be the boyfriend or the girlfriend that is calling, blowing up, 32 missed calls, 15 text messages. We call that the Tom Crean, Justin Kalen.
Mm.
Did you know that?
There we go.
It's a bad way to live.
Tom Crean is a little obsessive. I think,
He didn't do anything that crossed lines.
well, he made out with his son.
It's true, he did.
That was a little over the top. YouTube cameras got to see that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Roush said he's going to be here in about 10 minutes. Do we believe him?
No.
Me neither.
Do we know where he's coming from?
The doctor's office.
Well, I mean, there's lots of doctor's offices.
Oh, what kind? That's actually, we'll be very invasive. Which, by the way, was an invasive doctor's visit.
Who knows?
Yikes.
Is this related to, I did like that we had a texter. I made a joke about Roush skipping shows on Thursday, and we had that texter saying it's off-putting when TJ's mean to Roush about missing shows. And what does Roush do? Literally the next day, he misses a show.
It's off-putting to you when he misses shows, right?
It's off-putting to me when he schedules a doctor's appointment during our show. We got a couple texters regarding Scoots. TJ and Scoots. When Otega declared for the draft, he did not enter the portal. Isn't his only two options come back or go pro? That's a good point.
Oh, man, that's true.
I remember back in the day, graduates could go whenever. They didn't have to enter the portal. Admittedly, I don't know if that's the case as of today. But, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because they have the portal date where you have to be in by a couple weeks ago.
What if he secretly entered it?
True.
There are some journalists that, like, an assistant coach friend of theirs will just give them their login for the portal. They'll just go to theportal.com, and they'll have their login. I don't have a login for theportal.com, unfortunately. And I'm saying the portal for what it's worth. I've got logins for a lot of different things, but not theportal.com. And you could punch in, like, Otega away and see if his name's in there. I would almost guarantee that enough journalists have already done it, where if his name was secretly in there, it'd be out by now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't expect him to go anywhere else. I did have a brief little daydream nightmare of him going and playing for Kansas. Seeing him in a Kansas jersey just would make me sick, Corey Price.
That'll be discussing. Has this looming decision by Oweh, has it piqued your interest?
Wow, with Stephen Peak?
Yeah, exactly.
It sure has. Is Peak here?
No, he's not.
Not that I've seen.
Because our Wednesdays are now, well, with you doing trivia today, we got a jam-packed Wednesday today.
An amazing Wednesday show. Amazing.
It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, well, let's take a break. Scoots, that was fun, wasn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
Little afternoon delights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more on the morning pleasantries, but
You are. You do so much radio.
I do.
You've been going at us from 7 a.m., and you talk in every show.
Yeah.
Well, did you do much with Hoosier Report today?
I didn't have to talk in Hoosier Report, so that was nice. Yeah.
I hear you. All right, well, it's Wednesday. It's not the weekend yet, but we'll get there in due time. This is Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. Live streaming. How about that?
Come on.
trying to get it right. Get it right. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
Honey Baked Ham in New Albany is the perfect spot for a healthy alternative to fast food. They provide a variety of freshly made sandwiches, as well as salads and delicious soups. And you can dine in or take it to go. They also have many dinner options such as ham, turkey, frozen sides, and desserts, which provide a complete meal. Catering is also available for small groups or large gatherings. Call Honey Baked Ham today, 812-941-9426, or visit them, 3602 Northgate Court, Suite 23 in New Albany.
Matt Dennison here, inviting you to join me weekdays at 11 a.m. for the Hoosier Report. Complete coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, interviews with prominent figures in Kentuckiana sports, and discussion of other sports topics important to Southern Indiana. That's the Hoosier Report with Matt Dennison, weekdays at 11 a.m. on the home for the Hoosiers, 1450 WXVW.
Being a senior makes playing high school sports even more special. I'm Claire Hack from Jennings County High School. Over the last 4 years, I think about all the memories made, how teammates became best friends, how coaches mentored me and helped me grow.
I'm Allie Ward from Boonville High School. Being a senior is bittersweet. It's fun being a leader for younger teammates. But it will also be sad the last time I wear my jersey, take my last bus ride, huddle up at our last matchup.
I'm Grayson Mealy from Westell High School. I'll miss the adrenaline rush, fans cheering, the community support. Everything we've learned about the game and life are memories we'll never forget.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Thank you to our seniors for being champions of high school sports and representing your communities proudly these past 4 years. Fans, support your seniors by buying a ticket to their final game. This is our final send-off. This is one final memory. This is your IHSAA.
When design is key to your landscape project, give Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge has more experience than any landscape company in the area. Remember, Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key to your project and you want the most experienced landscaping company in the area. Give Walnut Ridge a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key.
The plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC technicians of Local 502's commitment to excellence can be seen in our community every day. The KFC Yum Center, Ford Motor Company, and the Omni Hotel are just a few examples of their professional craftsmanship. Local 502 has been part of our community for over a century and invests over $1 million annually training skilled local workers. Members of Local 502 are your friends, neighbors, and children's coaches. For more information, go to lu502.com. Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow.
Hey, this is General Manager Troy Miles here at the Big X. If you're in the roofing business, plumbing, window company, luxury cars and trucks, hormone replacement, if you're into recruiting or wealth management, I have something to talk to you about. The audience at WXVW is men with money, the guys who make decisions and spend big. And we've got an opening for category exclusive advertising. That means when you partner with us, you're the only game in town. At the Big X, we specialize in taking the little guys and turn them into the big guys. No fluff, no waste, just smart advertising that works. We've done it before, and we're ready to do it with you. But spots are limited. Call me today at 502-259-8085. That's 502-259-8085.
And the bass keeps running, running, and 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 in this context, there's no disrespect.
Welcome back, Kentucky Roll Call here on Big X Sports Radio.
Roll Call.
Justin Kalen, Corey Price, I'm TJ Walker. Nick Roush should be here at some point, we think. Getting here from the doctor's office on his way. So he told us, but We're going to get trivia started all the same. If you'd like to get in contact with the show, 502-414-1450. And for now, we are streaming. We didn't know if you all could hear us during the commercial break, so that was fun and exciting. We still aren't 100% sure. Scoots has something to show those that are watching on the stream.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit sensitive.
No, we'll reveal when Roush gets here.
Very exciting. Not safe for radio because you can't see it, but it is safe for the stream. Or is it? We'll find out together. But we're going to do some trivia with Corey Price because that's what we do on Thursdays. But there's no Kentucky Roll Call tomorrow or Friday. Boo! So I know. We're not happy about it.
What the hell am I supposed to listen to at lunchtime?
Well, here's the deal. I had told Roush very well in advance that I was going to be out.
Slow clap, people. Slow
I was
clap.
going to be out, and all of a sudden, now he was out. But it's all right.
Roush, you can have the big chair.
Hardest working radio show in town. We deserve 2 days off on a short week. All right? We deserve it.
I think the other mic needs to be turned on.
It's on.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Tap it.
Every mic is
little tippy tap
is on. So if it's not working, that's a mic issue, not a TJ issue.
All right. Well, I'm going to let Roush have the big seat, and I'm going to go. Oh, I got a lot of work to do today.
All right, well, why don't you give the people on the stream?
We'll see if they can tell me and Roush apart. You ready?
Here we go.
Hey, man.
No, you got to take your hat off.
I mean, Scoots is just bald, folks. He's just bald.
Oh, boy.
And he looks just like
Here we
Ralph.
go, Sailors. Candy Canes. Hoosier the Bison. We got a new Bison.
The 8 people on the stream are better for it, really.
Man, we got a stream working?
We are live, Roush. What is this?
Love it.
Man.
All right, Roush.
A live stream.
What'd the doctor say?
I've got 4 days to live. So, last show.
Well, we had a lot of fun.
It's a good ride.
It was fun while it lasted.
I'm sad that Scoots isn't going to get to play any trivia, but thanks, Scoots.
Yeah, thanks, Scooter. And is he the one who got the cameras working?
No, me.
Oh, so
with some help.
Okay.
Well, Roman actually did all the heavy lifting. I pushed the button to start the stream.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
You know what? You're welcome. I mean, it takes a lot of work to push that button. Almost as much work as it is to put on some great trivia that Corey Price has been cooking up.
AJ in the stream chat says Roush was out on an early lunch day with Big Blue Drew. That's what it was. All right, Corey Price, it is time for Trivia on the Bluegrass, our favorite segment of the week, right up there with Piqued My Interest, and when we have Derek Terry or Daniel Hager on, we'll talk
also,
UK baseball.
like Afternoon Delights with Scoots. But
Yep, that's a great segment as well.
Yeah.
How far down the list now is my trivia now?
It's a power ranking. It's a weekly list. Do you want to know where you are this week?
Yes, please.
You're number 2.
Subject to change, though.
Yeah. Check back next week for an updated power ranking.
Could be good trivia questions this week.
We will see. I don't have the Jesus pulled up, so Scoots could have at least done that on his way out.
Wow.
Shameful. All right, May 28th birthdays. Going to start off with former Kentucky football running back Raymond Sanders.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Who could forget Raymond Sanders?
Hey, Ray, don't play. Raymond Sanders.
He was my first...
crush?
Well, you get to UK and you forget that the guys that are athletes, like, you have class with. And so it was, one of my buddies was in class with Ray Sanders. So it was like, oh, he told me he's going to go off today. And he had, like, a big tackle as a true freshman on kickoff. And we were drunk in the stands, like, that's my guy, Ray Sanders. So he's my age. Maybe you're younger, so 32 or 33.
Yeah, he is our age.
Or would he be closer to your?
I think he's my age.
Yeah,
I think he was in my class at
correct.
UK.
Yep. Second thought. So yeah, I think 33 or 34.
Class of 13. Woof, woof, woof. That is one thing about UK is that like nobody cares about their graduating class year.
Whoa, hey, come on now.
Do you know your graduating class year, Corey?
The year
of UK
2008.
You had to think about it.
I know.
No, I didn't.
At Texas A&M, they have rings, which is that's too much.
High school, it's second nature though, because it dates you. Because college, I graduated a year and a half late, so
There's no deadline, Roush, for getting done with college.
Fair enough. Congrats to all the college
I guess
grads.
one question would be, did he redshirt Raymond Sanders? In which case, I would have no clue on how to, if he did or didn't. But I would say today he is 34. Maybe he could be 35.
Yeah, I'll go a year older.
You're going 35?
Yeah.
All right.
Because
I hope it's not
I want to
33.
say, yeah.
That's where we could use Scoots.
I believe he was a year older, though, than me. So your age. So I'll go 35. 34, 35.
How about 33, guys?
Damn it!
How about 33?
My initial guess. I said, oh, he's my age.
So his last year was 13, I think.
That's what I thought, too. I thought he only played Stoops' first year.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a young college grad.
I guess so. That's
Yeah, that's disappointing. Because I could have sworn his last year was 13 on
Okay.
that very bad team.
Happy birthday, Raymond Sanders. Wonder if he's still a big Cats fan.
Number 4 in your program, number 5 in your heart.
Not top 100 in my heart.
No.
Wow, okay.
What, do you want me to lie?
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe not. Next, current Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Little Marco.
Man.
Little Marco. Making a big impact.
Oh, yeah.
It's tough for me to date him, too, because he, to his credit, hasn't aged well.
You are married, so you...
That has aged well or
you can't
has
date him.
not aged?
I misspoke. I meant he has aged well, because he's looked the same for...
I've got an educated guess on this one.
Since I've seen him. What, like...
This dude's got like low to younger mid-50s all over him.
I was going to say 52.
That's a great guess. I was thinking 53.
Wow.
I like where we're at. I do have the song pulled up now.
Me 52, 53.
How about I show you 54?
What time was you born? What time was you born?
Noon Eastern. Sorry, guys.
Oh, we've missed it by 41 minutes. Little Marco.
We really could have used Scoots in these first 2 guesses.
He just looks like that is exactly how old he looks. Good for you, Marco.
You know what? I want to look that good when I'm that old.
That's like 20 years for you, buddy.
No, but I kind of look that old now.
Well, you're not gonna have the hair at least.
You don't know. Modern medicine.
That's true. He could look better in 20 years. He's going to be...
I'm going to get lip injections in my hair follicles and it's supposed to make them grow.
You're going to get the...
Does anybody consider Botox into your hair follicles to make them grow?
You're going to get lips and cheeks, and your hair's going to stay the exact same, but your face is going to look like you got stung by a bee. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, all right. Next up, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
Ooh, mayor for life.
Yeah.
Man, you were talking about a fall from grace.
You can see him now at the Four Seasons.
He sure can.
Tire Factory.
Dude, it was Four Seasons Lawn and Garden, I think.
You're right.
One of the funniest.
Was it that press conference that he started to have his makeup melt
Yeah,
down
right.
his face?
I think that was both one and the same.
It was
hair dye.
his hair dye was
I mean, that was just an Always Sunny episode. That was an Always Sunny episode.
He turned into Frank.
He did.
He turned into Frank Reynolds.
I mean, the only thing missing was just like him pulling out a gun for no reason or something like that. Just shooting into the air for politics or something like that. Oh, but he actually was incredible during 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
And truly one of the best like political moments you can have. And then it was downhill mostly. Mostly downhill after that. So
It's first cousin too.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, a little lot unusual.
Well, I've actually met some of your cousins, Roush. So not.
I'm gonna say Rudy is 68. No, he's probably older than that. Right?
I was thinking 76.
Yeah, I was 73.
76, 73.
He is 81 today.
81. Wow.
He looks.
I look
okay
that good at 81.
Thing is, he looks horrible for 70s, but if you told me 81, I'm like, okay, actually, not that bad.
Not bad.
Oh. Was he
all-time comb-over? He had some Gene Katie kind of comb-over vibes.
Didn't he get got by Borat or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
The second Borat?
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, gosh.
Which, if you get got by Borat the second time, like, it's one thing the first time.
Yeah,
people should know.
Not good. All right.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Mayor.
Former NFL player Michael Orr of the Blindside fame.
Okay. So I might have a cheat code here, TJ, because PFF is we need content in the summer is they're redrafting old draft classes based on data, and it's more. I only notice it because I think it's one of the dumbest things ever. I'm like, I don't care about redrafting the 2005 draft class. With that being said, yesterday they redrafted the 2009 draft class, and Michael Orr was the 32nd pick. So if he would have been drafted in the spring of 09, that would put him at 21 or 22 in 08. So 30, let's see how bad my math is here. So 38 or 37?
Yes, I was thinking maybe 39.
Okay. I'm going to go 38.
You're all right. I hope it's not 37. 38 or 39, Corey Price?
TJ, 39.
Woo! Yeah! Oh, no.
There we go.
Yeah. Jesus!
Finally got one, guys.
Coach O is one of his greatest acting performances.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? We finally got one.
You were 0 for 3.
We just needed to get warmed up, and we were pretty darn close, weren't we? All right.
More like Michael Orr for 3.
Last of the birthdays, former college basketball head coach Ben Howland.
Oh.
Old.
Yeah. He reminds me of one of my dad's fraternity brothers. He's just got that old kind of grumpy look about him with the come over.
I guess like 71.
Yeah.
Maybe 70.
I'll go 72. Go back to it.
70. So hold on. What's my final one here? 70, 71, 71, 71, 72. 71, 72.
He is 68 today.
Oh.
68.
I mean,
Well,
he
pretty
looks
close.
terrible for 68.
Yeah, hope I look better.
I mean,
than 68.
he looked 68 in 2003 when they were going to the Final Four at UCLA.
That is true.
What a crazy spiral for that guy.
I don't think they were in the Final Four in 03.
Okay, it was 04. No, 06,
07,
Yeah. But, like, that was a hell of a run. Kevin Love, Aaron Holiday, Russell Westbrook.
I definitely thought he'd do better at Mississippi State.
Yeah, but they flamed out quickly there.
Did they ever even make the tournament? Did he ever make the tournament at
I
Mississippi
remember
State?
he got Reggie Perry, but I don't know if they did make the tournament.
They got Malik Newman.
Yeah.
Which was like, he was supposed to be the next super duper star.
He was
And
fun in college.
He fell off.
Yeah.
He wasn't even really all that great in college.
Yeah.
But he had his own website, and I remember that was like a red flag. You don't need a website for a 16-year-old. It's like, if we only knew what was coming.
So did Derek Keefe. Remember that receiver?
Gosh, I do
UQ
remember
recruited.
him.
It was a big, and he went to Bama. He coaches at Alabama now, I think.
Really?
He got a pretty big-time job as a wide receivers coach recently.
Didn't he do well at Alabama?
No.
Didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. Played
Okay.
special teams. Got like 20 total catches in 4 years. But wouldn't it be funny if Stoops hangs around and we get another receivers coach next year and it's Derek Keefe?
Hilarious.
That would be something.
Who was the guy that we missed that went to Wisconsin? There was one receiver that I think was from like the Cincy area, and he actually ended up having a decent little career.
No, he was good for Wisconsin, and that's going to bug me that I can't think of his name.
It'll come back to us.
He played at Springfield with like Mo Douglas's. Yeah. Basically, he was the one good Springfield player that got out.
Yeah, I think he was a big possession receiver too. But we had Blake Bones, so no big deal. Okay, what do we got next?
Next up is May 28th events. We'll start off with the Little Dipper, the oldest operating steel roller coaster in North America, opens at Memphis Kiddie Park in Brooklyn, Ohio.
This is a great question.
Oh, man.
Because we all have been on the Little Dipper at the park in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yes.
And it still is operating.
According to Google's,
I could go Little Dip right now.
Danny Davis was the receiver, TJ.
Danny Davis.
Yeah. He was good for them.
He was. I remember.
He was like their best receiver for 2 or 3 years when they went to one of the big bowl games.
Wanted him to be a Wildcat.
Yeah.
Was not.
Nope.
All right, the Little Dipper roller coaster, Roush. When did it start operating?
I'm going to say 1933.
Let me stop you there. I'll say 1884.
That's a scooch guess. How about 1952?
Okay.
Okay, let me see. I got to Google this roller coaster.
Well, because I'm sure there are some qualifiers for roller coaster, but I thought...
Okay, this is like a legitimate roller coaster. I was thinking just one of those little, like, stupid ones that you see at, like, a county fair. This is a real roller coaster.
And it's
I mean,
older
it's the
than
Little Dipper. I mean,
It's
come on.
older than the Beast too.
The Little Dipper.
Impressive. Because I guess Beast might be the oldest wooden coaster still
Possibly,
running.
Next up,
We got stumped.
Neville
All
Chamberlain.
right, Leap the Dip, the oldest wooden coaster, 1902.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
this is the oldest steel one,
Oh,
and steel is the oldest.
I guess, did you say steel in the question?
I sure did.
I should have. That's on me.
Yeah.
I should have been better about
okay.
that. That was a Scoochcast. Listening is important.
Listening helps. It does.
And it's still going.
Still going.
Classic.
Next, Neville Chamberlain becomes Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
boom. Many people are saying he is the. Gosh, I had something there, but I lost.
Do you have like
a joke?
A power ranking of the Prime Ministers?
I mean, he's
Okay.
he's definitely
Neville
bottom of the
Chamberlain.
barrel though.
I bet you got a Harry Potter take on the series casting.
Oh, not really. I'm glad they casted it.
A lot of pressure on those kids.
Yeah, which I don't know if I would want all that. It's one thing to be the OG cast, where you're just coming from the books, but they've already got movies out, so everything's going to be critiqued.
Everything is.
It
And
would be a lot of
secondly,
fun, though.
You're doing that series over the course of 7 to 10 years.
Growing up on television.
So you better hope these kids are good, and not only do they need to be good right away, but you better hope that one, they still want to be actors and actresses in 3 years, and that they're wanting and they're good.
You also
lot of
gotta,
pressure.
You got to bring their parents in too for that, right?
Yeah.
You got to know what
The whole
they're going to turn
family.
into.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I digress though.
I bet y'all are trying to avoid the answer.
We can
because
talk
you don't know
Survivor
it.
Cast later.
Oh yeah, we need to talk Survivor Cast.
Should have made Scoot stay for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you went Harry Potter because Neville Longbottom, Neville Chamberlain,
Yes.
was the guy who was a big fan
Absolutely.
of Hitler, and I say that loosely, but he's the one who the initial strategy was appeasement, and Churchill was like, "No, dude, this Hitler guy sucks. We can't be nice to him." But Chamberlain was the prime minister, and ultimately he lost the government because, and that's what they say when they get sacked. They have to form a new government with a new prime minister. So Chamberlain would have been like, I don't know if he came in the 20s, but it's early 30s, late 20s. But he was around when Hitler just took over Europe.
1929.
I'm going to say 31. There was probably quite a few in the wake of the Great Depression, and then he probably was around for some stability.
Actually, 1937.
Oh, so much later. Okay.
1937.
But yeah, Chamberlain, he's got a big mustache, real skinny. He's like the opposite of Churchill. Kind of funny. That works out.
Next, the Michelin Tire Company is founded in France.
I feel like we get a tire question.
Yeah. This is going
once
to be
a month.
really old, too.
Are you tired of these questions?
There you go.
Oh, man. Because you would...
1840.
Because my thing is like, when did they do the rubber tires? And I know Michelin, they started doing the Michelin guides because they would just make travel books for people to go in their motor cars. So that's why they have the Michelin restaurant ratings. I'll go 1870.
Not too bad. 1889.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Figure they'd have to use some rubber wheels for
Long time.
some carriages here and there.
Rubber for a long time. Next, Willie Mays hits his first career Major League home run against the Boston Braves.
Oh. Willie Mays, he was one of the last Negro League players too, correct?
Don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't know.
I think he. Oh man.
I think I've established the old timey baseball players. I get them. I get them kind of confused.
That happens. They did that cool game in Birmingham last year though, at the old ballpark.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
pretty awesome. I'll say
Willie Mays was the one who recently passed, right?
correct.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
He had the basket catch. He wouldn't have been too much longer after Jackie Robinson. So, and that was 47, if I'm not mistaken. I'll say
Jackie
19.
was 47. Yeah.
I'll say 1951.
What was the
First home run.
First home
First
run.
career Major League
Okay.
home run.
That's a good. I think that's a pretty solid guess. I'll say 59.
Nick Roush, 1951.
Whoa! Right on the money, baby! Yeah!
Way to go.
That's good. Last of the events, the U.S. Attorney General states that it is legal for women to wear trousers anywhere.
Also, I was really hoping you were going to do a John Fogerty birthday question. I think today's his birthday.
I was going to, but I didn't know if you all even knew who.
Oh my gosh! One of my best live shows I've ever been to. CCR.
And they said his age on Just the Cats today, so I would have gotten it right. He's 80 today.
Oh man,
But
John Fogerty.
TJ, did you know who he was?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Boom, 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 boom.
I can
okay.
play.
When did
Jimmy
trousers
Shield.
become legal?
Illegal.
For women.
Legal for women to wear trousers anywhere.
1889, right after the Seneca Falls meeting.
1859.
How about 1923? 1923.
Oh,
They couldn't wear trousers anywhere until 1923. That's pretty crazy, if you ask me.
That is pretty crazy.
Man, we got to do our daily double break.
Yeah, and I've got a bunch of questions left.
Yep.
Oh wow, maybe we'll
It's a tease.
peek my trivia. Crossover event we've all been waiting for.
That's right.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Contact me, Stephen Beatty, at 812-246-3600 or look us up on the web at Stephen Beatty Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Don't miss all the exciting action of Louisville Bats baseball, AAA affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds. See the stars of tomorrow at Louisville Slugger Field, one of the best minor league ballparks in the country. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesdays feature half-price tickets for seniors 55 and older. Get bang for your buck on Thrifty Thursdays. Enjoy $3 beer and $6 margaritas on Fridays. Sunday is Kids Day with a free kids meal and Kids Run the Bases postgame. For tickets, visit batsbaseball.com.
There is not a better feeling to have a smile on your face after getting your car serviced. That's how it works at Consolidated Tire and Auto Care. Serving Kentuckiana for over 3 decades, fixing brakes, putting tires on, and servicing your car. And now, from a new and improved location at 3305 Preston Highway. Want to get your car running right and keep it that way? Get to Consolidated Tire and Auto Care, 3305 Preston Highway. Got a question? You can call them at 456-2220. Consolidated Tire and Auto Care, total car care, and the best brake job in town.
T.A. Jenkins and T.A. Jenkins Company, LLC, proud sponsor of high school basketball on the Big X. Call Terry Jenkins at 812-989-7381 for your residential and commercial construction needs. Design, build, or remodel, it's T.A. Jenkins Company, LLC, located in New Albany. Email Terry at tajenkinsco.com. That's Ginkins, T.A. Jenkins Company.
The Big X Sports Radio Golf Cards are back. The 2025 Big X Sports Radio Golf Card is by far the best deal in the game. With a Big X Sports Radio Golf Card, you can play Park Mammoth, Old Capitol, Elk Run Valley View, Wooded View, and Christmas Lake in Santa Claus, Indiana for less than $25 a round. Supplies are limited, so get your golf card today at BigXSportsRadio.com or call 812-725-1457.
The plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC technicians of Local 502's commitment to excellence can be seen in our community every day. The KFC Yum Center, Ford Motor Company, and the Omni Hotel are just a few examples of their professional craftsmanship. Local 502 has been part of our community for over a century and invests over $1 million annually training skilled local workers. Members of Local 502 are your friends, neighbors, and children's coaches. For more information, go to lu502.com. Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow.
Every bank claims to have great customer service. But at Republic Bank, you don't have to take our word for it. According to a recent customer satisfaction study by the Qualtrics XM Institute, Republic Bank customers are nearly 3 times more likely to recommend us to friends and family compared to the industry average. That's right, nearly 3 times. So, what are you waiting for? Choose a bank you can brag about. Republic Bank. It's just easier here. Member FDIC.
When design is key to your landscape project, give Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge has more experience than any landscape company in the area. Remember, Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key to your project and you want the most experienced landscaping company in the area. Give Walnut Ridge a call at 812-288-66.
Keep it locked on Kentuckiana's only locally owned sports talk, 1450 and 96.1 FM, The Big X Sports Radio, WXVW, Jeffersonville.
Hey there, New Albany. This is Mayor Jeff Gahan. It's another year here in our River City, and what better time to show your support for our high school's athletic programs. Whether it's basketball or football, track and field or soccer, swimming or tennis, our Bulldogs are giving it their all on the field and court. So let's rally behind them, New Albany. Come out to the games, cheer them on, and let's make some noise. Let's show everyone what it means to be a part of the best city in Southern Indiana. Go Bulldogs!
Integrity, responsibility, humility.
Commitment, discipline, grit.
Leadership, resilience, dependability.
This is what it takes to be a high school student athlete. It's also what it takes to be a high school sports fan. Plus,
loyalty, sportsmanship, respect.
Support, encouragement, being a positive role model.
Buying a ticket, showing up, cheering loud and proud.
I'm Robert Falcons, Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA, and these student athletes need your support in the stands.
I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
I'm Allie Ward from Boonville High School.
I'm Owen Fouts from Yorktown High School. It means a lot when we have fans at our games to cheer us on.
It helps us dig even deeper and do our very best.
It takes all of us to represent our school and community with pride.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is supporting your student athletes. This is showing up for your team. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, I love Salsaritas. Why? Flame grilled meats, house-made chips, fresh-made salsas for fast takeout, office catering, or your summer celebration. Try Salsaritas. Visit them at St. Matthews or in Middletown, or order online for special offers.
We know to contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before every dig. Contact Indiana 811 and White Line before every project. Learn more at 811.safedigindiana.com.
Sponsored by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission and aired by this station.
One of the best ways to enjoy Bats baseball is with family, friends, and coworkers. Make Louisville Slugger Field the destination for your next group outing. Groups start at just 16 people and tickets are as low as $9. No taxes and fees. All-inclusive options like all-you-can-eat seats are available. And a Bats representative can help you customize an outing to fit your group or company. To book your Bats outing, call 502-212-2287 or visit batsbaseball.com.
The Big X Sports Radio Golf Cards are back. The 2025 Big X Sports Radio Golf Card is by far the best deal in the game. With a Big X Sports Radio Golf Card, you can play Park Mammoth, Old Capitol, Elk Run Valley View, Wooded View, and Christmas Lake in Santa Claus, Indiana for less than $25 a round. Supplies are limited, so get your golf card today at BigXSportsRadio.com or call 812-725-1457.
Hey there, business owners and church leaders. Want to reach more people in your community? Advertise your business or promote your ministry program on our stations? With our wide reach of radio stations, you'll connect with thousands of listeners every single day. Don't miss out on this opportunity. I'm Barbara Carter. Let's make your message heard. Give me a call at 502-345-9017. That's 502-345-9017.
The plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC technicians of Local 502's commitment to excellence can be seen in our community every day. The KFC Yum Center, Ford Motor Company, and the Omni Hotel are just a few examples of their professional craftsmanship. Local 502 has been part of our community for over a century and invests over $1 million annually training skilled local workers. Members of Local 502 are your friends, neighbors, and children's coaches. For more information, go to lu502.com. Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow.
Over? You say over? I ain't heard no family.
Welcome back for Hour 2 of Kentucky Roll Call
Nothing is over until we decide it is.
with Walker and Roush.
We're just getting started, bro.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Kentucky Roll Call here on Big X Sports Radio.
Look out.
Great local programming from 7 to 6 on Big X Sports Radio. I tweeted it out today, but Scoots gets you started in the morning, and then it's Michael Bennett, then it's John Spears, then it's Matt Dennison, then it's Kentucky Roll Call, then it's Roman, then it's Mike Rutherford, and then it's Roman again. So it's an all-day affair on Big X Sports Radio. You can just leave the radio on. We'll have you covered throughout the day. Great mix of UK, U of L, there's some IU, there's some professional sports. Spears loves him some professional sports.
Loves
a lot of
the
college
hockey, too.
Yeah, you got the hockey talk. So you get a little bit of everything on Big X Sports Radio throughout the day. If you'd like to text into the show, 502-414-1450, you can get everything at Salsaritas. Quesadillas, burritos, nachos, you name it, they'll have it. It'll be fresh, and it'll be delicious. Wildly addictive chips. Keep them in mind for all your catering needs. Maybe you're doing a graduation party and you're a little late to the game. Salsaritas will make it all better. You can do it all online. Check it out today. No party is too big. No party is too small. They do workoutings, cater in for offices, whatever you've got going on. They'll take care of you at Salsaritas. They're in Middletown. It's got a drive-through. St. Matthews, they have that covered patio. It's great to bring the kids, the family out there. The kids can run around. You can eat, be comfortable, not be out in the sun. And they're out in Shepherdsville, Bullitt County. Check them out today. Salsaritas, it's delicious, and trivia is fun. We're going to finish it now. Corey Price, take it away.
So yesterday I heard that the Walker clan is going to Gatlinburg this weekend, correct?
That's true. In just a matter of hours, I'll be in Gatlinburg.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
So I sent you some questions on like Dollywood, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge,
Love it.
Smokies, all that kind of general area.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
I should call Larry Vaught for a phone a friend segment.
You should.
Well, we do have Stephen Peak setting up in here. Maybe he can assist us with our trivia if that microphone wants to work.
Yeah, we need to get that micro. I mean, I promise you I'm pushing the button. It's lit up and says it's working.
Keep that button on, and we'll just like shake it around, and if it starts working, then we'll get it to work. But at Peak, I see you on TV. There's 5 people watching us. The YouTube cameras work.
6, no big deal.
Yeah, I don't know if you work though. If your microphone does it not work?
Doesn't sound like it.
No, that shouldn't be the case. Something's probably unplugged underneath. Would be my guess. Until then, maybe after you ask the question, Corey, I don't know. You can.
There you go. Yeah, you can just get close to each other. Yeah.
Get to know each
other.
other.
You go. But
you can see them on again. We are live streaming. I tweeted it out there. If you want to see Stephen Peak sitting in Corey Price's lap right now, you can do that. That technology was not available yesterday. You can see it now. Check it out today.
All right. To the nearest mile, what is the straight line distance from this radio station studio to Margaritaville Resort, Gatlinburg?
So, but you're doing as the crow flies, unfortunately.
Yes.
I don't have a drone, so I'll be having to take the roads. I'll be going through Lexington, which is exciting. Roush, I think the drive is like 280 something miles if you're driving it, because I did look it up. I think it's around it's going to be about with kids, probably going to be about a 6-hour trip, honestly.
Right. I was thinking 220, give or take, because you are knifing through some mountains.
That's true.
You should be able to cut a good amount of that off of road miles with the crow flying. What say you, Mr. Peak?
That's the question. How much are you? How many miles are you taking off? Did you say? Are you saying 60 miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what makes these.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, that's real tough.
You got to take kind of a weird way to get around to Gatlinburg. So I wouldn't be. I think Roush is on to something. I could even be fewer.
I'm going to say 208.
I like that. That's kind of where I was at. I'll say 214 because it's my lucky number.
Stephen Peak, 209.
Wow!
Give it up, Stephen.
Incredible. We've never been that close.
Well, not before.
Have we?
Maybe. Right.
Sure.
Next one.
All right, whatever.
How many guest rooms are there in total at Margaritaville Resort, Gatlinburg?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We really do need Larry Vaught on the horn.
He got me in touch with the valet guy, so that's good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to call the valet guy.
Take care of this RAV4.
500. I got no clue.
No, it's not that. It's not. I don't. Oh gosh, I say that. I'm gonna be
208.
Okay.
Lean into that number.
I like that again. I'll say 220, but I think it's less than that.
Pig is closer again, but it's actually only 163.
163.
What kind of resort only has 163?
That's good. You don't want too much riffraff. This is a tropical paradise in the middle of the mountains, Roush.
That's right.
All right.
To the nearest 100, what was the combined population of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge as of the 2020 U.S. Census?
Wow, I could give a Scoots guess here.
Yeah, that what makes it tough is because it's such a tourism.
Yeah. How many people are actually there permanently? I was thinking
there's got to be enough to support the tourism.
You're getting
too.
both of though. I would think 160,000. It could be terrible.
It feels like not the worst guess.
It actually is pretty terrible.
Oh wow!
Thank you.
Oh,
So, but
in
you know,
which way?
yeah, no, that's the crappy thing is I don't know which way it's really terrible.
205.
Oh gosh, is it more terrible? A little less terrible.
That's more terrible.
Oh wow! So there's gonna be like 50,000 people.
80,000.
They're both pretty small towns. How about 9,900?
Wait, what?
Combined?
Combined.
All that stuff there?
It's 9,920 exactly. So, Pigeon Forge is 6,343.
At least I didn't have the worst guess.
And Gatlinburg is 3,577.
Wow.
They are small towns.
But there's so much stuff there. So that just shows you. I bet that they have 200,000 people in that area.
Yeah, of course.
But wow, that's
they
crazy.
don't live there. Yeah. According
That is an insane stat.
According to the Association for Wedding Professionals, where does Gatlinburg rank on the list of top 10 U.S. wedding destinations?
This is pertinent for you, Stephen P., because you're about to get married. Are you going to be getting married in Gatlinburg?
I'm not. It'll be in Louisville.
But did you consider it though? Like, hey, this is one of the top 10 wedding destinations.
Maybe I would probably considered it if I'd have known that.
So it is in the top 10?
So,
and we're having to guess which number in the top 10 it is?
So
I think if it was been the top 5, you might have said top 5.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 7.
Because you figure there's going to be, like, Vegas is going to be number 1, and there's going to be some beachy stuff in there too.
Yeah.
I'll do 6.
I'll say 8. 6, 7, 8.
Corey.
It's actually second. I tricked you all.
Oh man! According Vegas?
According to them, yep. According to them, it's 44,000 weddings per year. Vegas is number 1 with 114,000 weddings per year. So a pretty big drop off between first and second. But
what's third?
I did not look.
I mean,
unfortunately,
how many? Is Gatlinburg really that much of a?
It's
getaway for
nice scenery. So yeah, nice backdrop for a wedding.
That's
love's gonna be in the air.
Go ahead.
My stepsister, I guess is what she is. She got married not in Gatlinburg, but in mountains near Gatlinburg-ish. It was pretty, like a winery down there. But that wouldn't be lumped into the Gatlinburg. I cannot believe the 9,000 people one.
They are a small town.
Not really over that just yet.
Great Smoky Mountains National Park was the most visited U.S. national park in 2024, with more than 12 million visitors. What was the second most visited U.S. national park in 2024?
No, this is just parks, correct, Corey? Like not like
U.S. national parks.
Okay, because the National Park Service, it runs stuff like the Washington Mall,
like Yellowstone.
I mean, I would think Yellowstone would be number 2.
Is there some place that's like near a city that, like, because Grand Canyon's close to Vegas, so
no, like that's yeah.
So I didn't know if
Good
like
traffic.
Golden Gate Park isn't a national one, but I just didn't know if there was some sort of one like that out there. I do think Yellowstone's a good second guess though, but I'll take Grand Canyon for my guess.
Okay, I'll take Yellowstone.
Peak, you got one for us?
Oh, I was Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have to do different ones. Okay.
Yeah,
we cover our bases.
We want to get it right. Doesn't matter really who gets it right, although it feels better when you do. I'll go Zion National Park.
Oh wow, Corey gave a face like that with Zion.
TJ, Zion National Park. Bravo.
Well, it's a good thing I said Yellowstone.
Well done, Mr. Sports.
Where is Zion
I
exactly?
believe it's in Utah.
I thought so too.
It's,
Okay.
my dad just got back from there.
It had nearly 5 million people come.
So I wonder if that's near like Salt Lake City or some Roush along your logic. I wonder if it's just
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, they flew into Vegas when they did their travels, so
Okay.
they're not too far apart.
All right. Shout out to Zion National Park. I would not have guessed the top 2 most visited parks.
To the nearest 100 feet, how tall is Clingman's Dome, the tallest peak in the Great Smoky Mountains?
12,000?
No.
9,000?
Actually, 12 isn't the worst guess because they don't have a 14er.
When we would go skiing in Colorado, it would be on a mountain that I think was like 11 or 12,000.
Yeah,
which is pretty big.
Clingman's Dome is the only bald top, like it's the only bald part where you go past the tree line to get to it. But I still don't know if it, like I was maybe like 11 or 10. I'm gonna go 10,800 feet.
10,800 feet. I'm gonna lower mine. I'm gonna say 8,900.
I was going to say 8,500. By the way, if I didn't have a reference from you guys, I would have no idea where to guess. Yeah, so I'm going to say 8,500.
8,900, 8,500, 10,000 and something.
It's shorter than that. It's 6,644 feet.
Wow, what a baby mountain.
Definitely over.
Appalachian Mountains have lost a lot of its luster over the last 5,000 years.
And really slacking.
It's and the Smokies. Yeah, sorry.
That's right. So the Dollywood theme park originally opened as Rebel Railroad on June 10th of this year.
Red Bull Railroad.
Rebel, R-E-B-E-L.
Rebel. That's a good question. I'll say 1962.
Dolly, she grew up in the 70s.
I'm going to say 72.
Okay, changing to 72.
Because Gatlinburg, it's kind of like in the last 50 to 75 years it's really blown up, I think.
I'm going to go 82.
Okay. 72, 82?
1978. It's a good year.
78, 72, 82.
TJ, your first class.
62?
Is in 1961.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, it might have also been a thing where it was an amusement park and then Dolly bought it and then made it Dollywood.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That comes to this next question. How old was Dolly Parton when Silver Dollar City, Tennessee was renamed as Dollywood on May 3rd, 1986?
There we go. See?
How old was she in 86?
How old was she in 86? So that was like right in the middle of...
59.
Not working 9 to 5.
No. That'd be too old.
Louisville's last national championship year.
53. She was 53. Yeah.
She was not 53 in 86?
Yeah.
That wouldn't make her like 100.
It's not necessarily true.
She's not in her 90s.
I think she's in her 80s.
Yeah, I don't think she was that. I'll go 46.
I think you're only 7 years off of me. Give me
yeah, well, it's just...
40. Even 40.
All right, 40, 46, and 53?
Yep.
Stephen Peak, 40.
Hey! All right, Roush, you're right. She wasn't 53.
Of the 10 roller coasters at Dollywood, which is the most recently added, opening on May 12th, 2023?
I don't know. It was too cold to ride any roller coasters.
I would need a multiple choice. I've never been to... I'm going to say this now. I'm never going to go to Dollywood in my life.
I'm just going to Google Dollywood roller coaster.
I'm on roller coaster TikTok. And
Lightning Rod.
Is it Lightning Rod?
Lightning Rod was the first one that popped up. There's Lightning Rod, Big Bear Mountain, and Thunderhead.
I'll take Thunderhead.
Ooh, there's Blazing Fury, too.
Blazing Fury.
Blazing Fury is actually the oldest. It's Big Bear Mountain.
Oh, man.
Big Bear Mountain. Okay.
Thinking about Big Bear Mountain.
This last one, I just want to throw some sports in there, random.
Love it.
On Sunday, what football club won the English Premier League with 84 points, the fewest for the EPL champion since the 2015-2016 season?
Peak knows this one.
Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool won again.
It's Liverpool.
Hey! I thought you usually had you.
Well done, Peak.
I had a feeling Peak would know the one about soccer.
And then the Spurs won, right?
The Hotspur, yeah.
Won the Europa League.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah. They finished 17th in the Premier League, but had a parade for winning the Europa League.
Was it the Tottenham or the Liverpool parade that had the guy driving?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. That was terrible.
Yeah.
All right, Peak, we do one thing with Corey when we finish up trivia. He has a chance to win the listeners' Shady Ray sunglasses if he goes 5-0. This is just for Corey Price.
I'm ready.
But you can help too.
Oh,
okay. There we
All
go.
right, so our categories today are NFL, college football, MLB, history, chain restaurants, television, movies, music. Got to pick 5 of them.
I'll go college football first.
College football first. QB Steven Garcia started part of 4 seasons at this
South
SEC.
Carolina.
Yes, before getting dismissed during his senior year. Why did he get dismissed?
Partying at bars, I think.
He's doing some partying, that's for sure. All right. Now I just need 4, and there's a listener that's getting some Shady Rays shades.
Let's try chain restaurants.
All righty. Founded in North Carolina in 2006 and now with over 100 locations, this chain is known for made-to-order warm and customizable cake donuts and has a type of bird as its mascot.
The bird.
So I would just say think of a donut shop that's popped open. They are in Louisville. I'm fairly certain it may have closed. But it was a big deal when it got. It was a big deal when it came.
Right.
But I mean, there's donut
I know what
shops
it is.
everywhere.
Because they did just close it recently.
And it has a type of bird in its mascot.
Does Corey get lifelines?
You can help. You can help.
Well, that's not good enough.
He does not get lifelines. We can't just give away sunglasses willy nilly. This is a mom-pop radio.
I know. Name too.
Yeah, so alliterative. That's a good hint. And I'm getting another hint that it's a donut shop.
I just ordered donut
bird
last night for this morning.
I mean, we're holding your hand on this one, fellas.
Yeah, really holding your hands for this.
So I would think of a bird that starts with a D, because donut's in the name.
Yep.
Oh, duck donuts.
Hey, all right. We'll have to go back to the tape.
Really had
all
to
these. Yeah.
answer that.
What do you want? What do you want next?
Music.
Music. All right. Corey Price has a song in his heart. What artist released the 2001 hit song "Get the Party Started"?
Pink.
Yeah. The party started.
That's 3. 2 more.
We'll go back to the tape if you get these next 2. What NFL, history, television, movies, MLB?
Oh boy, let's go movies.
All right, you love movies.
I do.
Steven Spielberg directed this 2011 animated adventure film based on a famous European comic series.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh no, is this where you're tapping out?
Peak. Any guesses?
I'm sorry. I'm really letting you down on this. I don't have any guesses.
I'll give you a hint. It's the name of a popular, or the name of a popular bar in Lexington and Louisville could be of use. Could help you. What are you thinking?
Cartoon turned into a
tin roof.
Okay. There's that you were correct on the piece of information to help you. What's Steven Spielberg?
Tin Man. Oh.
Close.
Bicentennial Man.
The Adventures of Tintin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Tintin. So that's where it ends, unfortunately. No sunglasses. We hate that. We really love to give them away.
No, and the
we'll be super lenient about it. More times than not.
Sunglasses too.
All my fault.
But Corey's going to do it one of these days. You can go to ShadyRays.com. Check him out. Corey Price, thanks so much for your trivia.
Thank you all, and thanks for Stephen for joining.
Yeah, absolutely. We're thankful for Stephen as well. I think he helped us on one. Yeah, he absolutely did. The soccer question.
Cool. That was a long trivia, but I enjoyed it.
It was a long trivia.
Thanks, Corey. You're the man.
Now, as it is on Wednesdays, an hour number 2. Oh gosh, it's not loud enough.
No. Oh, you needed to be louder. Okay.
All right. Corey, you're welcome to stay around for Free Your Mind.
Well, I kind of need to hear what we're talking about.
Sorry, it's not as loud for me. All right, you should be good now.
Well, no. It's just we only have 2 headsets in here.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
well.
yeah.
Oh,
We've got the.
He's got to run anyways. We're good.
We get more cameras. We get less microphones that work. That's how it goes.
You got to take the good with the bad.
Exactly.
Wave hi to the 11 viewers watching us stream for the first time ever, but not the last time. Can't say that for certain.
No, we really can't.
And also, I think Corey does some YouTube video cut-ups of our trivia segment.
Yeah.
And I know, Peak, you do some cut-ups, I think, of our Piqued My Interest segment.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of camera inception today.
Oh, I think, is that going to be the best way to get video today? Is Peak just pulling the video from YouTube?
I was going to try that.
Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. Instead of me trying to get a Google chat up here. Oh, wow. And it's got like a little social media feed. Look at that. We look so professional. Hey. What's going to pique our interest today, Mr. Stephen Peak?
Well, I got a couple of things to talk to you guys about.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, maybe a little bit more apropos than the other.
Okay.
That would be the Pacers. Playing last night.
Got a little 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton almost had a triple-double in the first quarter. The first half.
So you watched.
So
you're a little bit locked in now that we're deeper into the playoffs.
Final Four, I will watch the score, and if it gets close, then I turn it on, sort of deal.
What about TJ? I know he's not like a huge NBA fan. Were you watching?
I have been watching the majority of these games. Not all of them. There have been a couple of the snoozers that I've just turned off. But yes, I'd say every game I have turned on in some capacity, with maybe one exception.
Well, the crazy thing about the NBA is, of all the leagues, of all the top leagues in sports, it has like the least amount of diversity in who wins. So since 1985, why did I draw the line in 1985? 40 years felt like a good round.
Okay.
Even 22 of 30 Major League Baseball teams have won the World Series. 20 of 32 NFL teams have won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
20 of 32 NHL teams have won the Stanley Cup. Only 13 of 30 NBA teams have won a title. We might get the 14th. It's very likely we're going to get the 14th.
Yes, because the Knicks are the only remaining one.
And I think they didn't win in the 80s.
They hadn't won since the 50s. So
okay, so there you go. So no matter what, we're getting that 14th team. Why is that? Why is it the 7-game series that it makes it to where the better team usually wins and the better teams are? But I feel like with the draft, it should be more egalitarian than that.
Well, the counterpoint, though, is that this will be 7 or 9 straight years with a new NBA champion?
That's what's
crazier. 7 straight different one. So we went through this period of little parity at all to almost maybe too much parity.
Do you think it's a problem? I honestly think it kind of is. Like, I think you almost want it to be where one team is dominant. That way you have a team to pull against. Like, I felt like
the Warriors.
Exactly. The Warriors, it was LeBron James when he was at the Heat that I watched their games to pull against. Does the NBA have that team right now that everybody unanimously kind of hates?
Mm-hmm.
When the Nuggets won in 2023, I'd certainly thought with Jokic and Jamal Murray, like, okay, it's going to be the Nuggets in the 2020s. How are you stopping that? That's pretty dominant. Hasn't been the case with them. That's their only title that they've won. I think in basketball, part of the reason you see these runs is because there's only 10 people on the floor playing against each other, 5-on-5, obviously, and one player can just be so dominant, and we've seen that, whether it was Shaq for a little bit, Kobe for a little bit, obviously Jordan in the 90s. The Warriors were a bit more team-oriented, but Curry revolutionized basketball and totally changed the way people played and have played since then. Obviously, LeBron with the Heat. I'm trying to think of some of the runs that teams have had. Usually it's because they have the best player or one of the best players, and that can just totally change the landscape of the sport. So I don't think it is as surprising. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And you're right. When you do have a team that is dominating, it on the one hand, it can be boring for the average fan. On the other hand, you know what? I don't really care so much, but I'm sick of them winning. So I want them to lose. So it can go both ways on that. I think that's an interesting take, Peak.
Yeah, I mean, starting in the 90s, you had the Bulls win 3, the Rockets win 2, the Bulls win 3. Then it's the Spurs and the Lakers won them all from 99 to 03, Pistons in 04, and then back to the Spurs again in 05, Spurs again in 07. I mean, it is kind of wild, but it did make for, like, you knew who the big team was.
Yes.
Like, that's what made it sort of fun. As a Detroit, I loosely pull for Detroit, more so when Tayshaun Prince was there.
Right.
They were my first NBA love as well. I had Detroit basketball shorts and stuff like that, and then I eventually made my way over to the Celtics. But now I'm mostly free agent.
And now you're right. I mean, 2018-19, you had the Raptors, the Lakers, then the Bucks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, and then there'll be a new team this year. So that has been good. College basketball is the one that also stands out. Only 19, this is since 1985 again, only 19 of, what are there, 69 Power 5 teams? Is that about right?
Or give or take, yeah.
So 19 of...
That changes.
I don't have an issue with that.
Oh, I don't have an issue with it. I just find it interesting.
That is interesting, but just some corporations are better at doing things than other corporations. Well, Apple's got the cell phone down pretty well pat.
You would think, though, that in the NCAA tournament, it would be the opposite, where it would create the most chaos.
Right.
Because it's single elimination tournament. That's what we were talking about last week, was we want single elimination chaos. So why would college basketball that has the craziest tournament actually have, how many teams have won? I mean, you said
19 of 69, 19 of 361 college basketball teams, but that's not really...
Right.
So
but 19 teams in 40 years is...
Well, Roush, you can buy drinks all night and flirt all you want, but either you seal the deal or you don't seal the deal. Like, you can have upsets in the tournament, but only one team wins the championship, and usually, more times than not, it's going to be the team that's best at winning championships. And in college basketball, that's what? There's a handful of
There's
them.
been 4 teams who've won half.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I mean, that is crazy
Kentucky,
just to hear.
Duke, Kansas, and UConn.
And, I've always thought that football's had a more gripped monopoly at the top in college football, but these numbers are making me suggest that I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, college football, 24 teams in the last 40 years have won the championship.
Wow.
Huh.
Of course, some of that there was not even a championship game.
The AP poll.
Right. Which
what a power trip you had to be on to be an AP poll voter back in the day.
Saying that
would be awesome.
Oh, I can't believe how long it was just down to a couple guys with their votes saying who the champion was. You played all the games. There was you just waited. I was watching that Miami U documentary, and I remember like the guy coming out to the podium, or one of their coaches, I don't even remember which one, but he just shows like the magazine that shows like they're number one. Like, that's how you found out. That's crazy. That's crazy that they did it like that for so long. But still, 24 of the roughly 69, 70 teams who have the best chance of winning it. And I mean, how many SEC teams, I had it written down here earlier, that haven't won it? I'll have to look that up later.
I know one.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious.
Mississippi schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't win anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Didn't Ole Miss, until they won the College World Series, had never won a national championship in anything? Was that correct?
That might be true. What else is true is Missouri. They never won anything.
Oh, all those journalists couldn't produce one national champion?
I'm sure they have some journalism awards.
Yeah, maybe if the AP poll was still around.
Yeah, then they could get some votes.
Fart sniffers of the year.
Isn't it true that Louisville only has a national championship in men's basketball and no other sport? Is that right, TJ?
Well, no, they won in volleyball, right?
No, they lost that game.
No, they were like 2 years in a row, didn't they? Win it all. They cut down the nets, and then they were like, "Oh no, we need those back up, quick."
No, they didn't win that. Football, they were going to the playoff, right? Surely they won one in football.
I do, unfortunately, think U of L football is going to the college football playoff this year. I think we need to be ready for that reality.
Yeah.
And I think with their schedule, Roush, they actually could host a game.
Wow.
That'd be bad.
If their receivers are good. The receivers are a big question.
That would be bad. I'm hoping Miller Moss is not as good as I'm thinking he's going to be.
I think he's going to be pretty good.
But, Roush, I guess the only thing I'm telling myself is that, like, Lincoln Riley is a goober, but, boy, has he put some people in the pros, and has he had some good offenses. And the fact that he let him walk, I think, maybe tells us a little something, but then again, they could just have they could have just such a sweet situation, a sweet setup that you had to let somebody walk. So maybe that's what's going on, but I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, I don't like it. Those running backs are good.
Well, here's one. This isn't actually. I did not come in here to talk about that, but since you brought up Louisville football, man, I don't know. This kind of pains me to say on one hand, and then on the other hand, it makes me kind of chuckle a little bit. If I have to look up some of the data behind this, but who's been like the better football program since like 2006 or 7? Is it Louisville or Tennessee? And I think if you look at a lot of metrics, like
Louisville's been better.
Louisville has been better.
Yeah. Particularly if you're using double-digit win seasons, because Tennessee went until Heupel's second year, I think, then they won 11 games with Hendon Hooker, and then he got hurt in that South Carolina game. They hadn't won 10 or 11 games since Fulmer's second to last year. But it is, you have to, it's what you judge your criteria on.
Yeah, Louisville's played in more BCS games.
It's Tennessee.
Since Derek
2006, since 2007, wherever you want to go. They went to the college football playoff this past year.
That's good. How they doing it?
Not great. That's all right. But who'd they lose to?
Yeah.
But I think Louisville would have been to, what, two BCS Bowls?
3, I think.
Orange Bowl and Sugar
Bowl, and then that's right, because with
Lamar, they did it.
They did not.
But Tennessee's been to an Orange Bowl.
But Louisville's been in more position to go to the national championship. I mean, they've been right there. They have the Clemson game. I know that was early in the year when James Quick steps out of bounds 1 yard short. But then you also had who was it? Jumped offside on the field goal attempt.
William Gay.
William Gay. That's right. In 06. I mean, that if he doesn't do that, does Louisville go to the national title? I'm just saying I don't like making the case for Louisville. I hate this, but Tennessee has been in they've been the team that has annoyed me more recently. So I do find myself kind of leaning towards Louisville a little bit.
Let's not forget Louisville. Everybody talks about that James Quick out of bounds in 2016. Louisville got smashed by Houston.
Ed Oliver had like 10 sacks.
And they lost at home as a 27-point favorite to UK.
Yep.
All right, now you can make a case, well, if they had beaten Clemson, they would have been more motivated. And Houston was beating that ass that night regardless of what Louisville's record was. That's a fact. Now, the UK game was Louisville limping a little bit after the Houston game. I don't know. You were 27-point favorites, though. Find a way to win it, you dorks. So I'm not giving Louisville anything in 2016. Lamar Jackson won one bowl game, if I'm not mistaken, as the U of L quarterback. So the Sugar Bowl team, if you want to make a case that could have been a college football playoff team, whatever. The Orange Bowl team, they were close to playing for a national championship game. You can make that case. But overall, Louisville had some really bad seasons in that stretch as well. Some really, really bad seasons. Well, I know Tennessee hasn't been perfect, but did Tennessee have a 3-win season in that stretch?
They had some bad seasons.
Yeah, but I don't know about 3.
They went 0-8 in the SEC in 17.
Did they really? That's fun. I didn't know if
they might have gone 1-7.
That's good, clean fun.
I think it was I'm pretty sure it was 0-8.
It was when Steven Johnson had to do the dive in the end zone.
We should have celebrated that.
We had Jared Gaetano.
They went 4-8.
Arrow.
Okay. 4-8's pretty bad.
They put the money in the McDonald's bags and paid people.
I'm going Tennessee slightly better. It's a good conversation though. It's close.
It's funny to me because I'm not really propping up Louisville here. I'm more so saying Tennessee is not what their fans think that they are.
They're not that in anything. And the only thing they are is baseball, and they just whined about their ticket prices being more expensive than they're coming off a title.
Absolutely. They're a baseball school. And they should be proud of that. I'm just so sick of
being women's basketball.
Yeah, historically. Right. But I'm so sick of hearing about how Tennessee, like they think when you go to their stadium, and we've been there twice now for the blackout games or the dark mode, which is awesome, absolutely awesome. But when you talk to their fans, they act like they're on the same level as Alabama. They believe it. They're just like, we're really Alabama. We just haven't been to our standard. No, you are right where you are supposed to be. You're better than Kentucky, but Kentucky's gonna give you a game most years. You're not that much better. You're way closer to us than you are to Georgia. Would you agree with that?
I think that's fair. But again, when they make the college football playoff, that's a feather in the cap for sure.
Yeah, right, especially the first year it goes 12. Tennessee was one of those teams that did benefit from the unbalanced scheduling, and that's
they should have done more with it, really.
No, you're exactly right.
Kentucky fans, we say that. We say that you look back at the SEC during the 2010s and like, I wish.
Well, and I'm talking about just last year too. Their schedule was light compared to most.
Well, the split up and you're right
at
about
Arkansas was terrible,
baffling. But
you're right about that.
Yeah, a lot of SEC the spring meetings, man. Who knew that would become such a thing? Did you see Lane Kiffin's conversation with Paul?
I did not see it.
Oh, they need to start a buddy cop show.
They go at it again?
Oh, but it's like good chemistry, like some friendly ribbing.
They in on the joke, right?
Yeah.
With each other.
Seriously, you're right, TJ. They needed to smooch it out.
They do. Just take your shirts off, go at it for one segment, and then let it all be done. The sexual tension's getting uncomfortable when I watch them.
But the thing about Tennessee that I will give them, Roush, you were shaking your head at this, but I think the dark mode is pretty freaking cool. And I think that they do have a very passionate fan base that brings it. Every time we go to an SEC road game, when I'm with Roush and Adam Luckett, I am blown away by the atmosphere that is being built well before the game and that carries over. And there's nobody there's very few people who are standing there thinking like, this is lame, I'm not going to participate. They all participate. Like, I can't stand Rocky Top, but it's, I hate saying this, it's pretty freaking cool. Like, even though, like that, it's everybody doing it that makes it cool. And Kentucky, football, whatever, but we are the greatest basketball program to ever exist. We have the most wins. We have more wins than, like, half the NBA, and they play an 82-game schedule. We have the best winning percentage of any basketball team higher than the high school level in the world. In the world. How does Kentucky not have the hands-down best home court advantage? How does Kentucky not have the best atmosphere? To me, it feels like something that should have been obvious. And I think at one point they did, and everyone looks at Duke and they go, well, it's a smaller arena and all this stuff. But really, it's just that their fans are involved. How do we do that? How do we get something that I see at Georgia for football games, at Tennessee for football games, and everywhere else in the SEC for their premier sport?
The big thing that jumps out that a lot of those commonplaces have is the easy chant that everybody does. Yes. Chalk at Fog Allen. You have Rocky Top. Georgia doesn't necessarily have one.
They have several.
Yeah, they have, but like the who's that train coming down the track? It's the mean machine in red and black. Yeah, like that. All of those places have really cool. It goes back to the European soccer. They have cool songs.
Yes.
We have CATS 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 Cats. That's okay.
Which we can't even do right in Rupp Arena because they do it before the game. It's trying to get everybody hyped, and they're doing the slowest version of it.
Well, hold on. That a little versatility in a chant isn't necessarily a bad thing. And again, see Rock Chalk Jayhawk in terms of the different speeds of which they do it. For many, many years, basically the entirety of the John Calipari era, they took away the pregame CATS chant. I think it's cool. Go start slow and then make it faster as it goes on, where one section does C, the other A, T, S, but it's going to start a little slow, let people get their bearings about it. I think that's a great tradition. I get so exhausted with the Rupp Arena discourse because Rupp Arena is a great atmosphere.
It is.
It is a great place to watch a good high-level college basketball game. Is every single night, is it the best atmosphere in college basketball? No. Sometimes it's just kind of a Tuesday night against Bum State University, and people just don't bring it, and that's just normal. That's par for the course. That's going to happen everywhere. If you really want to have the Rupp Arena discussion in the sense of it's just different, I go to Fog Allen, and I go to West Lafayette, and these places are just louder and they're better. Then your biggest issue, if you think Rupp Arena legitimately has an atmosphere problem, is with the architecture of Rupp Arena. You just need a new building. If you really think there's this major, major issue, it ain't with the Blue Hairs, it's not with the quality of opponent, they're not playing big games at Rupp Arena. If you truly have an issue with the noise level or the way it comes off on TV, or if you're actually there, it's just a ginormous building. It's like a cave, a huge, ginormous cave.
But with 20,000 plus people in it, you can make it loud.
It is loud.
It is. What I'm saying, though, is that, like, yes, for those early November, December games, I'm not asking it to be crazy. But whenever we go to SEC football games, and that's when they're playing Kentucky, it's not the game they circle on their schedule. Those places, massive places, Tennessee, it used to be 102,455. I don't know what it holds now, but about 100,000 people. That place rocks. And again, TJ, I hate saying this. I hate it. But I agree. Kentucky fans bring it for big games, but we don't, like Roush said, we don't have that thing that's like everybody's doing it. And it kind of drives me crazy because I'll talk to fans like, hey, how come we don't do this? How come we don't do this thing? And they're like, oh, the blue-white chant is lame, or the Cats chant is lame, or no, that's cringy. And it's like, it's cringy? You stood outside for 4 hours to get into a building to watch a teenager play a basketball game. That's not, you're wearing a jersey with
those people are just
a 20-year-old's name on the back of it. That's not cringy, but actually being involved in the game that you're at is cringy?
Respectfully, those people are just losers. If you think a blue, white, or Cats chant is like dorky or cringy, then that's I don't know what to you picked the wrong team, I suppose.
What's cringy?
It's gonna be a rough life if you want to beat them.
That's cringy. All of them are. All of them are lame and corny. If it's just, I mean, look at the Texas A&M thing that Mark Stoops almost had to do. I mean, that thing is weird. Like, it's just weird. But everybody doing it actually makes it kind of look neat.
I just think I disagree with the premise in its entirety because Wednesday, February 19th, a bad Vanderbilt team came in to Rupp Arena on a Wednesday night game where UK blew the doors off the Commodores. It was a great atmosphere. It wasn't a huge game, wasn't a ranked opponent. You all don't even probably remember that game specifically or anything special about it. It was a good atmosphere. I was there for senior night against LSU. Kentucky won by 31 points. It was their biggest win of the season. Great atmosphere. Awesome game to be at. Like, I think Rupp just gets a bad rap during off-season and when UK's bad. And then there'll be this game in December where UK plays uninspired or they may lose, and people just need to blame something. So the fault
there are things
is Rupp Arena.
It's not even the fans. I honestly think it's stuff that they can do. You know when it gets the loudest? The loudest Rupp Arena gets?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A foul shots.
Yeah. This is Peak's biggest sticking point is that fan engagement is a two-way street, and some of it's not being reciprocated. Fans will engage if they're prompted to engage, particularly with that blue and white chant.
Yes.
I agree with that.
We need cheerleaders. Do we have cheerleaders there?
I actually think that's spot on. I think the biggest time that Rupp Arena was getting crushed was probably about 10 years ago or whatnot, where Rupp Arena, and I think Mitch Barnhart was behind this, just very conservative. You're coming to watch a game. You're coming to watch a sporting event. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, come sit down. We're going to have the cheerleaders. We're going to have the band. You're going to watch it. You're going to go home, and you're going to have fun. And then people started to go to other sporting events, Louisville games, even Bellarmine games, NBA games, and they're like, there's music in between the breaks, in between the timeouts. They have fun things going on. Can we start doing fun things? And then they did. They started to do light shows, and they started to play music, and it's gotten better. The in-game experience truly has gotten better. Maybe it's not perfect, and maybe they could continue to tinker with it. But I will agree, 10 or 15 years ago, they had a very just laissez-faire, you're going to watch the game, that's what we're putting on for you, the game. But they've now made it much more of a theatrics, if you will.
There are just things that you can do, I think, that are very simple. Mississippi State does some stuff where they put it on the big board. They hand out these newspapers that have all of the chants and songs in them. You know, you can have the chant, the cheerleaders. They do, like, they're athletes now. Like, they're not really there to lead cheers. Like, take it away, defense, take it away. I've never seen that catch on.
Gets me pumped up. I'll be at home just jumping up and down. Take it away. Get into it.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't have, like, so you almost need, like, Tennessee at their basketball games has a DJ that just tries to get the students doing stuff because then it can kind of spill over into the other parts of the arena.
DJ War and Peace.
So, yeah, I mean, I think there's other stuff. 3 stops equals a kill, right? So can we do like a thing where you get 2 stops in a row, and then on the third one everybody gets a free ice cream or something, so everyone just gets into it. They're not even cheering. How many people go to Chick-fil-A after they miss the 2 foul shots?
You never do. Yeah.
No one ever goes and takes advantage of that.
The 3-point signs That was an easy thing to, because I loved him.
Here's a freebie for UK. We got to go to a break, and then we're going to come back in the show. But bowling alley graphics on the jumbotrons. You're not going to make a strike, obviously, but everybody loves a good old-fashioned bowling graphic. Those can be fun. Like when there's a made three, you could have. They kind of can get a little out of control.
We'll do like the SNL ones.
Exactly.
Go really over the top.
Exactly. There you go. He is Stephen Peak. He joins us on Wednesdays for Piqued Your Interest.
What a wild segment. We just...
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Stephen, thank you for your time. Follow him on social media. Stephen Peak, KSR.
That's it. You got it.
All right. He's Stephen Peak. This is Kentucky Roll Call. One final short segment coming up next here on Big X.
John Burke, owner and president of United Mechanical, is a proud supporter of the Mike Rutherford Show and Louisville Cardinal Sports. Listen to the Mike Rutherford Show Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 on Big X Sports Radio. WXVW is 96.1 and 1450 for the latest news on Louisville sports. United Mechanical is your trusted partner for commercial and industrial HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and refrigeration. Get on board with the home team today. Get on board with United Mechanical. Call 502-339-1133. Let's go Cards.
High school sports ignite pride unlike anything else. Just listen to these student athletes from across the great state of Indiana.
Playing high school sports means representing my school and community, being a positive example, showing everyone what we stand for.
It's a reminder that the name on the front of my jersey is just as important as the name on the back.
Because it's about all of us, not just one of us.
And that includes our families, friends, and the fans. When we all wear our school's name,
we are all on the same team.
We all represent our school.
We all belong to our community, thanks to high school sports.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is building community pride. This is bringing everyone together as one team. This is your IHSAA.
Roosters is the place to watch your favorite teams play. From college to the pros, Roosters has all the games. Plus, you're gonna love the food at Roosters. Come watch the games and enjoy 79-cent boneless wings every Monday. Roosters with 6 Kentuckiana locations: Dixie Highway, Preston Highway, Fern Creek, Shelbyville Road, Springhurst, and in Clarksville.
The plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC technicians of Local 502's commitment to excellence can be seen in our community every day. The KFC Yum Center, Ford Motor Company, and the Omni Hotel are just a few examples of their professional craftsmanship. Local 502 has been part of our community for over a century and invests over $1 million annually training skilled local workers. Members of Local 502 are your friends, neighbors, and children's coaches. For more information, go to lu502.com. Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow.
When design is key to your landscape project, give Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge has more experience than any landscape company in the area. Remember, Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key to your project and you want the most experienced landscaping company in the area. Give Walnut Ridge a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key.
Hey, this is General Manager Troy Miles here at the Big X. If you're in the roofing business, plumbing, window company, luxury cars and trucks, hormone replacement, if you're into recruiting or wealth management, I have something to talk to you about. The audience at WXVW is men with money, the guys who make decisions and spend big. And we've got an opening for category exclusive advertising. That means when you partner with us, you're the only game in town. At the Big X, we specialize in taking the little guys and turn them into the big guys. No fluff, no waste, just smart advertising that works. We've done it before, and we're ready to do it with you. But spots are limited. Call me today at 502-259-8085. That's 502-259-8085.
final segment up for the week for Kentucky Roll Call. We'll be out tomorrow and Friday. We wanted to make this short week just even shorter. I'll be in Gatlinburg. Any advice, tweet me at TJ Walker Radio. I'm excited about it. Larry Vaught got me in touch with the valet guy down there at the Margaritaville, so
is that like
parking better be on the house.
Is that like Concierge Marie?
I think he just does the valet. But it looks like they have a very expansive parking lot. So, I don't know. A valet, I think, more convenient when, like, there's nowhere to park.
Right.
Not when there's everywhere to park. But then again, there's some people that may just don't want to have to walk the parking lot. I don't know. He seems like a nice guy. Seems like a big Cats fan. So, excited to get down there shortly. Right when we get off the air is when we're getting going. So, hopefully safe travels.
Yeah.
Roush, you going to have a good Thursday, Friday without radio?
I think so. We got some stuff cooked up in the books. Got a big baseball game tonight. Colts playing PRP in the regional 6-region final.
7th region. Tigers taking on the Rocks. 1 versus 2.
I really thought your Tigers were going to blow it. Did you hear how that game unfolded?
Well, I would say Ballard did blow it for what it's worth.
No, they blew it.
Having the bases
so
loaded,
badly.
no outs.
No outs.
Just needing to get one across to win it. But
and then went ground out, strikeout, strikeout.
How did the Tigers nearly blow it?
Well, they nearly just lost as like the best team.
Well,
So
Trinity's ranked number 1 for what it's worth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And St. X beat Trinity.
Well,
Doesn't seem right, does
so
it?
yeah, St. X, number 1.
But Trinity, defending champs, I think they're a wagon. I think it was pretty much a 3-horse race. It was Ballard, St. X, and Trinity. And whoever that draw was unfortunate for St. X and Ballard. Trinity made quick work of Mail, which I think Mail was good, but a tier down from those other 3. And I'm a little worried about St. X coming off, an 8 or 9 inning game against Ballard. The 0-0 after 7. I think St. X won 2-0 or 1-0, whatever it ended up being. And Trinity kind of sleptwalked through Mail. So I'm a little worried Trinity may be a little bit more well-rested.
Might have more arms ready to rock and roll.
Mentally not as fatigued. Because I think mental fatigue in baseball is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm worried about the Tigers, but hopefully they'll prove me right. It does crack me up that the 1 and 2 teams in the state are just playing for a chance to go to the state tournament.
Yeah.
Like the loser, your season's over. Sorry, your regional runner-up. That's all you get. Number 2 in the state, number 2 in your region. Stay home. That's wild how that works, but that's baseball. A great one with Lexington Catholic last night, beating Frederick Douglass in a walk-off.
Yeah, they're going for their 3rd straight 11th region title.
Yeah, so congrats to Lexington Catholic. Cool stuff there.
One weird thing we didn't talk about that I wanted to mention. What's up with the French president getting mean mugged by his wife?
It was just a joke.
Oh.
It's just a classic joke among an 80-year-old woman and her much, much, much younger husband.
Wait.
The good old classic push in the face.
He's got an 80-year-old wife?
Well, I don't know how old she is, but she was his nanny when she was 40 and he was 15. So you should look up the stuff with Macaron and his wife. It is some of the weirdest stuff.
So this is par for the course for them. This is normal behavior.
Yes.
He probably got some his wrist wrapped with a ruler later on that day. His ears boxed.
We got a lot of text into the show that we're not going to have time for, unfortunately. The Smokies are a blast. Go hiking. Go Big Blue chant is haunting and loud. We could easily stretch syllables and turn it into something better. I think Rupp Arena's fine. I think Go Big Blue's good. I think the blue-white at Kroger Field's really cool. And I think a good old-fashioned Cats chant is just good, clean, family fun. I love the atmospheres at UK games. The biggest thing is just be good. There you go.
Yep.
If U of L had met Florida in the playoffs, which would have meant something, Florida would have been highly motivated instead of going through the motions.
Yeah, I'm not playing that card. That's a pretty lame card. It was the Sugar Bowl.
It was the Sugar Bowl. If Florida wasn't motivated, that's on them for not being motivated. And they got their ass handed to them if they weren't motivated. If it was a playoff game, woulda, coulda, shoulda, who's really to say?
Yeah.
We are running out of time. Duck, duck, goose, says one texter.
Duck Donuts, yeah.
Another texter says, Rauscher, we're going to need you to put a hat on. The glare from the dome is binding. Grab TJ's hat so we can see him better. Oh, no, I forgot to hit the main thing back.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're back.
Whew.
We're back.
Oh, but we're also off.
We are. Yeah. Any update when the podcast will be back on Spotify? Somebody must have messed something up. We haven't even heard back from Spotify, so we have no idea.
Sons of... Hey, we're going to take a few days off. We hope you all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Smokies.
Otego Day. Does he come back to UK, Roush?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be back.
Big X Sports Radio, 1450 and 96.1 FM. WXVW Jeffersonville. W230CK Jeffersonville.
Roosters is the place to watch your favorite teams play. From college to the pros, Roosters has all the games. Plus, you're going to love the food at Roosters.